Good now, everyone. How's everyone? Good now, Pam. Who do I see? Donna, KD. Good now, Rainbow. I know, right? Good now, Inez. Early morning. Good now, Joellen. And Audrey. Good now, love. Judy. Good now, love. Love the teal banners. Thank you. Good now, Kim SG. Kim G. Good now, April. KSG. Good now, Karen Q. SG. Yeah, I was like, I don't know why my monitor keeps going out. That's just rude. Stop doing that. Okay. My second monitor. You got it. I was like, is it G or SG? Had a brain fart. In the mornings, I remember it. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to just put on some soft music while I get us ready. Not that one. That's faster. Okay. All right. Donna, Lynn, good now, love. And other April. I can't remember if I said good now, April. Okay. Good now, love. All right. Y'all looking forward to this book and any conversation that comes from? Good morning from San Diego. Good now, Abigail. San Diego. All right, my early morning risers. Love it. All right. Who's familiar with this book? Has anyone read it before? Good now. Is it Leda? Paz? I know paz means peace in Spanish. Is anyone familiar with the book, Letting Go? Is it upside down? Letting Go. For anyone on any other platform, you can join us live on Insight Timer, the meditation app. Because I only monitor one chat. So I don't drive myself and other people crazy. Good morning. Good now from Southern California. Love it. Cali gals. All right. I'm assuming, and y'all can hear me okay, right? Okay, perfect. Excellent. Thank you. So no one said that they're familiar with the book. Good now, Nisha. I will say it's been years since I read it, and I had in years, so it'll be interesting to see what my takeaway is from this time. But I know that I reference the book often when I'm working with clients, and then also sometimes when I do these lives, I have referenced things from this book, and it's been probably over 10 years. So I'm excited to go through it again, and then to go through it with you all. That is going to be even better. So I want to just put a disclaimer out there. It'll have you confront yourself, which is always fun. Also don't have and haven't read the book yet. Okay, Katie. And tea. Do you have your tea? Why is this hair doing this? Okay. I am not a professional mental health counselor. I do have tools that can help, but if any part of this gets to a place where you are feeling overwhelmed, feel free to back out or put it in the chat. I'm telling you, the people who hang out with me are so loving, and anytime someone is having a hard time and they put it in the chat, they get so much love. Good now, Justin. So whatever the best thing is for you, please do that. Good now, Sheila. So today we're going to go through opening credits, forward, preface, and chapter 1. The intent is to go through one chapter a week, but if a chapter is short, then we'll just go through 2 of them. Right now I have it set up to where it's just 1 a week. And I'm also, today I'm doing a live at 2 with Violet 108. So I just want to keep it a little short today, just so I have time to recuperate. Good now, Johnny. Good now, Sharon. So much love from this group. I can definitely attest to that, as I have been the recipient of such great support and love. Oh, thank you, Sharon. You got your listening ears on, knitting in my hands. I love that, Katie. Will these always be on Saturday? They will, but they're also on my Tuba View channel. So if you ever miss it, good now, Debbie and Moon Shadow. If you ever miss a day, you can easily catch up on the replay by watching the replay. That said, is anyone having issues with the chat? Can't see anything. You might have to go back out and come back in, Karen Q. Good now. Other April, you eager for this topic today? Awesome. Well, we're going through a book, so, but it'll still be, we'll be talking about letting go. I know that can be a challenge sometimes, and depending on how your brain is wired, it can be more of a challenge for some than others as well. But understanding that about yourself makes it a little bit more palpable, so to speak. Yes, we have 2 Aprils here. One is spelled Apryl. So, other April, just so y'all know who I'm talking to. Go back in and out a few times. Oh yeah, Karen. I'm not able to see the chat either. Latrice, good now, Latrice. Because I had already said good now to the other April. So I had to. Other is not a placement. But I respect. Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, let's get this book started. And y'all can let me know if you hear it okay. Take notes while we're listening, so we can have, just a good discussion afterwards. Questions, any clearing that may need to come up, we can do that as well. So let me log into my book. Okay. Y'all ready? Any questions before we get started? Good sound, good video. Excellent, Debbie. So we're about to go into the opening credits, and I'm gonna just let it play.
This is one. Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender, by David R. Hawkins, MD, PhD. Narrated by Peter Lowndes, PhD.
Can you hear?
Produced by Hay House Incorporated.
Sorry, I forgot.
48 Windows Audio.
Let me slow it down. I usually listen to higher speeds. Okay.
Copyright by David R. Hawkins, 2012.
Can y'all hear that okay?
Dedicated to removing the blocks to the higher self on
Okay.
the path to enlightenment. Forward. This book provides a mechanism by which to unlock our innate capacities for happiness, success, health, well-being, intuition, unconditional love, beauty, inner peace, and creativity. These states and capacities are within all of us. They do not depend on any outer circumstance or personal characteristic. They do not require belief in any religious system. No single group or system owns inner peace, as it belongs to the human spirit by virtue of our origin. This is the universal message of every great teacher, sage, and saint. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Dr. Hawkins says frequently, what you are seeking is not different from your very own self. How can something innate to us, part and parcel of our true being, be so difficult to attain? Why all the unhappiness if we were endowed with happiness? If the kingdom of heaven is within us, why do we often feel like hell? How can we get free of the sludge of non-peace that makes our journey to inner peace seem so arduous? like molasses running uphill on a freezing cold day. It's nice to hear that peace, happiness, joy, love, and success are intrinsic to our human spirit. But what about all of the anger, sadness, despair, vanity, jealousy, anxieties, and daily little judgments that muffle the pristine sound of silence within us? Is there really a way to shake off the sludge and be free? Dance with unimpeded joy? Love all living things? Live in our greatness and fulfill our highest potential? Become a channel of grace and beauty in the world? In this book, Dr. Hawkins offers a pathway to the freedom that we long for, but find difficult to attain. It may sound counterintuitive to get somewhere by letting go. However, he certifies from clinical and personal experience that surrender is the surest route to total fulfillment. Many of us have been raised to correlate worldly and even spiritual accomplishment with hard work, keeping our nose to the grindstone, living by the sweat of our brow, and other self-stringent axioms inherited from a culture steeped in the Protestant ethic. According to this view, success requires suffering, toil, and effort. No pain, no gain. But where has all the effort and pain gotten us? Are we truly, deeply at peace? No. There is still the inner guilt, the vulnerability to someone's criticism, the wanting to be assured, and the resentments that fester. If you're reading this book, you've probably already reached the end of your rope with the mechanism of effort. Perhaps you've seen that the more you pull on the rope to hitch yourself up to where you want to be, the more frazzled and frayed it becomes. Possibly you might be wondering, isn't there an easier, better way? Are you willing to let go of the rope? What would it be like to utilize the mechanism of surrender instead of the mechanism of effort? I can share what it was like for a highly educated person who had already tried many different methods of self-improvement. Despite professional success, there were physical and emotional problems that never seemed to improve and eventually reached a breaking point. The encounter with Dr. David R. Hawkins and his writings catalyzed a healing effect that was unexpected and dramatic. At first, there was skepticism. Having explored various spiritual, philosophical, and religious avenues with unfulfilling or only temporary results, I approached my study of Hawkins with the thought, it will probably turn out like the rest. However, the conscientious seeker in me said, I'll check it out. What have I got to lose? So I read Power versus Force, The Hidden Determinants of Human Behavior. When the book was finished, there was the inner realization, I'm a changed person from the one who picked up this book. That was in 2003. Now, many years later, the catalytic effect is still operating in all areas of life. What convinced me of the truth of his work, ultimately, were the transformations in my own physical and non-physical consciousness. There were empirical facts that I could not deny. The healing of an addiction that had been previously impossible to overcome, despite many sincere attempts. Freedom from several allergies, pet dander, poison ivy, mold, hay fever, letting go of long-standing resentments, with a capacity to see the hidden gifts within the various life traumas I had been through, alleviation of several lifelong fears, and an anxiety disorder that had severely limited my career and personal life, resolution of several inner conflicts related to self-acceptance and life purpose. These major breakthroughs at the physical and non-physical levels were concretely observable not only by myself, but by those around me. They would ask, how do you explain the transformation? Now, if faced with that question, I will suggest that they read this new book, Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender. It lays out the pragmatics of the inner process of transformation that was experienced upon reading his earlier books. Letting Go, the Pathway of Surrender, provides the roadmap to a freer life for anyone who is willing to make the trip. Your life will be changed for the better if you apply the principles described in this book. They are not difficult to understand or to implement. They do not cost anything. They do not require special attire or travel to an exotic country. The major requirement for the journey is a willingness to let go of the attachment to your current experience of life. As Dr. Hawkins explains, the small part of ourselves is attached to the familiar, no matter how painful or inefficient it is. It may seem bizarre, but our self with a small s actually enjoys an impoverished life and all the negativity that goes with it, feeling unworthy, being invalidated, judging others and ourselves, being inflated, always winning, and being right, grieving the past, fearing the future, nursing our wounds, craving assurance, and seeking love instead of giving it. Are we willing to imagine a new life for ourselves, characterized by effortless success, freedom from resentment, gratitude for all that's happened to us, inspiration, love, joy, win-win resolutions, happiness, and creative expression? One of the biggest hurdles to happiness, he tells us, is the belief that it isn't possible. There's gotta be a catch. It's too good to be true. It can happen for others, but not for me. The gift of a person and teacher like Dr. Hawkins is that we see and experience a being who is that happiness, who is that boundless joy, who is that unassailable peace. The book was written because he himself experienced the power of the mechanism it describes. To read about and be in the presence of such a liberated being gives us the catalyst, the hope, and the launch for our own inward trek. And so, despite the cynicism of the small self, there is the self that beckons us on. We may first hear its call as coming from an advanced consciousness such as Dr. Hawkins, a teacher, a guide, or a sage who has realized the self. Then, as we have our own experiences of truth, healing, and expansion, we hear the call as coming from an inner place. The self of the teacher and that of the student are one and the same, says Dr. Hawkins. He radiates the truths of this book. As a serious seeker who saw much of contemporary spiritual writing as shallow, I wanted to verify the authenticity of this work. It was all important to know, does this author speak from a true inner realization? The answer is yes. Close observations made during several years of interviews and visits confirmed the advanced state. In this book, he reminds us of the law of consciousness that says we are all connected at the energetic level, and a higher vibration, such as love, has a powerful effect on a lower vibration, such as fear. I feel the truth of this law whenever I am with him. His energy field transmits healing love and profound peace. As he explains in this book, these higher states are available to all of us at any time. No matter where we are in life, this book will illumine a next step. The mechanism of surrender that Dr. Hawkins describes is applicable to the entire inner journey, from the letting go of childhood resentments to the final surrender of the ego itself. Thus, the book is equally useful for the professional interested in worldly success, the client in therapy seeking to heal emotional issues, the patient diagnosed with an illness, and the spiritual seeker devoted to enlightenment. The important step for all of us, he advises, is to acknowledge that we have negative feelings as a consequence of our human condition, and to be willing to look at them without judgment. The high state of non-dual awareness may be our goal, but how do we handle the persistently dualistic small self that wants us to see ourselves as better than or worse than another? In his previous 10 books, Dr. Hawkins has described the non-dual state of enlightenment with rare, pristine awareness. As he says humorously at the start of many lectures, we begin with the end. Indeed, in his lectures and books, he has thoroughly illuminated the highest states of consciousness that are the culmination of human inner evolution. Now, in this book, published in the latter part of his life, he is taking us back to our common starting point, acknowledging the existence of the small self. We must start where we are to get to where we want to go. If we want to go from here to there, we don't get there faster if we fool ourselves and say we are starting from nearby. By thinking we're closer than we are to the goal, we actually make the trip longer. As he explains in the book, it takes courage and self-honesty to see negativity and smallness in ourselves. Only when we can acknowledge the negativity that we've inherited from the human condition will we have the possibility to surrender and be free of it. We simply need to be willing to acknowledge and accept that part of our human experience. By accepting it, we can transcend it, and Dr. Hawkins shows us the way. In this highly pragmatic book, he illumines a technique by which we can transcend the small self and break through to the freedom for which we long. This state of inner freedom and unalloyed happiness is our birthright, he says. As we read, we draw encouragement and inspiration from the real-life clinical examples that he shares from his decades of psychiatric practice. In case after case, we see the power of surrender applied to nearly every area of life: relationships, physical health, work environments, recreational activities, spiritual process, family life, sexuality, emotional healing, and addiction recovery. We learn that the answer to the problems we face is within us. By letting go of the inner blocks to it, the truth of our inner self shines forth and the path to peace is revealed. Other spiritual teachers have emphasized the cultivation of inner peace as the only real solution to personal difficulties, as well as collective conflicts. Inner disarmament first, then outer disarmament. The Dalai Lama. Be the change you want to see in the world. Gandhi. The implication is clear. Because we are all part of the whole, when we heal something in ourselves, we heal it for the world. Each individual consciousness is connected to the collective consciousness at the energetic level. Therefore, personal healing emerges collective healing. Dr. Hawkins may be the first to attempt to understand this principle in light of scientific and clinical applications. The crucial point is, by changing ourselves, we change the world. As we become more loving on the inside, healing occurs on the outside. Much like the rising of the sea level lifts all ships, so the radiance of unconditional love within a human heart lifts all of life. Dr. David R. Hawkins is a world-renowned author, psychiatrist, clinician, spiritual teacher, and researcher of consciousness. Details of his extraordinary life are given in the About the Author section at the back of the book. His unique work effulges from a wellspring of universal compassion and is dedicated to the alleviation of suffering in all dimensions of life. The gift of Dr. Hawkins' work to human evolvement is beyond what can be said about it. The state of enlightenment is totally complete in its bliss, such that one would never leave it except out of a total surrender of love to God and to one's fellow human beings, to share the gift that was given. This book on letting go, and all of his work in the world, is the result of that surrender. As you will read in one of the chapters, there was a very deep surrender that allowed the resumption of his personal consciousness in order to fulfill certain commitments in the world. The state of oneness was not lost or left, but extraordinary love had to be directed toward the challenge of verbalizing the ineffable. You will notice that some of his pronouns do not fit grammatical convention. For example, our life. Yet, they are true to the experience of a spiritual state that knows the impersonal oneness of all life. That Dr. Hawkins would re-enter the world of logic and language in order to share a map of consciousness with us, so that we might also complete our destiny, speaks volumes of his selfless love for humanity. By showing us the way to liberation, Dr. Hawkins gives us the chance of reaching it. Thank you, Dr. Hawkins, for the gift of total surrender. Fran Grace, PhD, Editor, Professor of Religious Studies and Steward of the Meditation Room, University of Redlands, California. Founding Director, Institute for Contemplative Life, Sedona, Arizona. June 2012. Preface. During many years of clinical psychiatric practice, the primary aim was to seek the most effective ways to relieve human suffering in all of its many forms. To this end, numerous disciplines of medicine, psychology, psychiatry, psychoanalysis, behavioral techniques, biofeedback, acupuncture, nutrition, and brain chemistry were explored. Beyond these clinical modalities were philosophical systems, metaphysics, a multitude of holistic health techniques, self-improvement courses, spiritual pathways, meditative techniques, and other ways to expand one's awareness. In all of these explorations, the mechanism of surrender was found to be of great practical benefit. Its importance necessitated the writing of this book to share with others what was clinically observed and personally experienced. The previous 10 books focused on advanced states of awareness and enlightenment. Over the years, thousands of students at our lectures and satsangs have asked questions that reveal the everyday obstacles to enlightenment. It is pragmatic and helpful to share a technique that will facilitate their success in overcoming such obstacles. How to handle the vicissitudes of ordinary life, with its losses, disappointments, stresses, and crises. How to be free of negative emotions and their impact on health, relationships, and work. How to handle all of the unwanted feelings. The present work describes a simple and effective means by which to let go of negative feelings and become free. The letting go technique is a pragmatic system of eliminating obstacles and attachments. It can also be called a mechanism of surrender. There is scientific proof of its efficacy, an explanation of which is included in one of the chapters. Research has shown the technique to be more effective than many other approaches currently available in relieving the physiological responses to stress. After researching most of the various stress reduction and consciousness methods, this approach stands out for its sheer simplicity, efficiency, clinical efficacy, absence of questionable concepts, and rapidity of observable results. Its simplicity is deceptive and almost disguises the real benefit of the technique. Simply stated, it sets us free from emotional attachments. It verifies the observation made by every sage that attachments are the primary cause of suffering. The mind, with its thoughts, is driven by feelings. Each feeling is the cumulative derivative of many thousands of thoughts. Because most people throughout their lives repress, suppress, and try to escape from their feelings, the suppressed energy accumulates and seeks expression through psychosomatic distress, bodily disorders, emotional illnesses, and disordered behavior in interpersonal relationships. The accumulated feelings block spiritual growth and awareness, as well as success in many areas of life. The benefits of this technique can, therefore, be described on various levels. Physical. The elimination of suppressed emotions has a positive health benefit. It decreases the overflow of energy into the body's autonomic nervous system, and it unblocks the acupuncture energy system, demonstrable by a simple muscle test. Therefore, as a person constantly surrenders, physical and psychosomatic disorders improve and frequently disappear altogether. There is a general reversal of pathologic processes in the body and a return to optimal functioning. Behavioral. Because there is a progressive decrease of anxiety and negative emotions, there is less and less need for escapism via drugs, alcohol, entertainment, and excessive sleep. Consequently, there is an increase in vitality, energy, presence, and well-being, with more efficient and effortless functioning in all areas. Interpersonal relationships. As negative feelings are surrendered, there is a progressive increase of positive feelings that results in quickly observable improvement in all relationships. There is an increase in the capacity to love. Conflicts with others decrease progressively so that job performance improves. The elimination of negative blocks allows vocational goals to be more easily accomplished, and self-sabotaging behavior based on guilt progressively diminishes. There is less and less dependence on intellectualism and a greater use of intuitive knowingness. With the resumption of personality growth and development, there is often the uncovering of previously unsuspected creative and psychic abilities, which are thwarted in all people by suppressed negative emotions. Of great importance is the progressive diminution of dependency, the bane of all human relationships. Dependency underlies so much pain and suffering. It includes even violence and suicide as its ultimate expression. As dependency diminishes, there is also a diminution of aggressiveness and hostile behavior. These negative feelings are replaced by feelings of acceptance and lovingness toward others. Consciousness, awareness, spirituality. This is an area that opens up by continuous use of the mechanism of surrender. The letting go of negative emotions means that the person experiences ever-increasing happiness, contentment, peace, and joy. There is an expansion of awareness, progressive realization, and experiencing of the real inner self. The teachings of the great masters unfold from within as one's own personal experience. The progressive letting go of limitations allows the realization at last of one's true identity. Letting go is one of the most efficacious tools by which to reach spiritual goals. Anyone can accomplish all of these ends with gentleness and subtlety as one silently surrenders throughout daily life. The progressive disappearance of negativity and its replacement by positive feelings and experiences is pleasurable, both to watch and to experience. It is the purpose of this information to assist the reader in having those rewarding experiences. David R. Hawkins, MD, PhD, Founding President, Institute for Spiritual Research, Sedona, Arizona, June 2012. Chapter 1, Introduction. While in contemplation one day, the mind said, "What in the world is wrong with us? Why doesn't happiness stay put? Where are the answers? How do we address the human dilemma? Have I gone nuts, or has the world gone crazy?" The solution to any problem seems to bring only brief relief, for it is the very basis of the next problem. Is the human mind a hopeless squirrel cage? Is everybody confused? Does God know what he's doing? Is God dead? The mind just kept chattering along. Does anybody have the secret? Don't worry. Everybody's desperate. Some seem cool about it. I can't see what all the fuss is about, they say. Life seems simple to me. They are so scared, they can't even look at it. How about the experts? Their confusion is more sophisticated, wrapped in impressive jargon and elaborate mental construction. They have predetermined belief systems into which they try to squeeze you. It seems to work for a while, and then it is just back to one's original state again. It used to be that we could count on social institutions, but they have had their day. Nobody trusts them anymore. We now have more watchdogs than institutions. The hospitals are monitored by multiple agencies. Nobody has time for the patients who get lost in the shuffle. Look down the corridors. There are no doctors or nurses. They are in the offices doing paperwork. The whole scene is dehumanized. Well, you say, there have to be some experts who have the answers. When upset, you go to a doctor or psychiatrist, an analyst, a social worker, or an astrologer. You take up religion, get philosophy, take the Erhard Seminars training, EST, tap yourself with EFT. You get your chakras balanced, try some reflexology, go for ear acupuncture, do iridology, get healed with lights and crystals. You meditate, chant a mantra, drink green tea, try the Pentecostals, breathe in fire, and speak in tongues. You get centered, learn NLP, try actualizations, work on visualizations, study psychology, join a Jungian group. You get Rolfed, try psychedelics, get a psychic reading, jog, jazzercise, have colonics, get into nutrition and aerobics, hang upside down, wear psychic jewelry. Get more insight, biofeedback, Gestalt therapy. You see your homeopath, chiropractor, naturopath. You try kinesiology, discover your Enneagram type, get your meridians balanced, join a consciousness-raising group, take tranquilizers. You get some hormone shots, try cell salts, have your minerals balanced, pray, implore, and beseech. You learn astral projection, become a vegetarian, eat only cabbage, try macrobiotics, go organic, eat no GMO, meet up with Native American medicine men, do a sweat lodge, try Chinese herbs, moxocombustion, shiatsu, acupressure, feng shui. You go to India, find a new guru, take off your clothes, swim in the Ganges, stare at the sun, shave your head, eat with your fingers, get really messy, shower in cold water, sing tribal chants, relive past lives, try hypnotic regression, scream a primal scream, punch pillows, get Feldenkraised, join a marriage encounter group, go to Unity, write affirmations, make a vision board, get rebirthed, cast the I Ching, do the tarot cards, study Zen, take more courses and workshops, read lots of books, do transactional analysis, get yoga lessons, get into the occult, study magic, work with a kahuna, take a shamanic journey, sit under a pyramid, read Nostradamus, prepare for the worst. Go on a retreat, try fasting, take amino acids, get a negative ion generator, join a mystery school, learn a secret handshake, try toning, try color therapy, Try subliminal tapes. Take brain enzymes, antidepressants, flower remedies. Go to health spas. Cook with exotic ingredients. Look into strange fermented oddities from faraway places. Go to Tibet. Hunt up holy men. Hold hands in a circle and get high. Renounce sex and going to the movies. Wear some yellow robes. Join a cult. Try the endless varieties of psychotherapy. Take wonder drugs. Subscribe to lots of journals. Try the Pritikin diet. Eat just grapefruit. Get your palm read. Think New Age thought. Improve the ecology. Save the planet. Get an aura reading. Carry a crystal. Get a Hindu sidereal astrological interpretation. Visit a trans medium. Go for sex therapy. Try tantric sex. Get blessed by Baba somebody. Join an anonymous group. Travel to Lourdes. Soak in the hot springs. Join Eureka. Wear therapeutic sandals. Get grounded. Get more prana and breathe out that stale black negativity. Try golden needle acupuncture. Check out snake gallbladders. Try chakra breathing. Get your aura cleaned. Meditate in Cheops, the Great Pyramid in Egypt. You and your friends have tried all of the above, you say. Oh, the human. You wonderful creature. Tragic, comic, and yet so noble. Such courage to keep on searching. What drives us to keep looking for an answer? Suffering? Oh yes. Hope? Certainly. But there is something more than that. Intuitively, we know that somewhere there is an ultimate answer. We stumble down dark byways into cul-de-sacs and blind alleys. We get exploited and taken, disillusioned, fed up, and we keep on trying. Where is our blind spot? Why can't we find the answer? We don't understand the problem. That's why we can't find the answer. Maybe it's ultra simple, and that's why we can't see it. Maybe the solution is not out there, and that's why we can't find it. Maybe we have so many belief systems that we are blinded to the obvious. Throughout history, a few individuals have reached great clarity and have experienced the ultimate solution to our human woes. How did they get there? What was their secret? Why can't we understand what they had to teach? Is it really next to impossible or nearly hopeless? What about the average person who is not a spiritual genius? Multitudes follow spiritual pathways, but scarce are the ones who finally succeed and realize the ultimate truth. Why is that? We follow ritual and dogma and zealously practice spiritual discipline, and we crash once again. Even when it works, the ego quickly comes in and we are caught in pride and smugness, thinking we have the answers. Oh Lord, save us from the ones who have the answers. Save us from the righteous. Save us from the do-gooders. Confusion is our salvation. For the confused, there is still hope. Hang on to your confusion. In the end, it is your best friend, your best defense against the deathliness of others' answers, against being raped by their ideas. If you are confused, you are still free. If you are confused, this book is for you. What's in the book? It tells of a simple method to reach great clarity and transcend your problems along the way. It's not by finding the answers, but by undoing the basis of the problem. The state reached by the great sages of history is available. The solutions are within us and easy to find. The mechanism of surrender is simple, and the truth is self-evident. It works during daily life. There is no dogma or belief system. You verify everything for yourself, so you cannot be misled. There is no dependence on any teachings. It follows the dicta of know thyself, the truth shall set you free, and the kingdom of God is within you. It works for the cynic, the pragmatist, the religionist, and the atheist. It works for any age or cultural background. It works for the spiritual person and the non-spiritual person alike. Because the mechanism is your own, nobody can take it away from you. You are safe from disillusionment. You will find out for yourself what is real and what are just the mind's programs and belief systems. While all of this is going on, you will become healthier, more successful with less effort, happier, and more capable of real love. Your friends will notice a difference. The changes are permanent. You aren't going to go for a high and crash later. You will discover there is an automatic teacher within yourself. Eventually, you will discover your inner self. You always unconsciously knew it was there. When you come upon it, you will understand what the great sages of history were trying to convey. You will understand it because truth is self-evident and within your own self. This book is written with you, the reader, constantly in mind. It is easy, effortless, and enjoyable. There is nothing to learn or memorize. You will become lighter and happier as you read it. The material will automatically start bringing you the experience of freedom as you read through the pages. You are going to feel the weights being removed. Everything you do will become more enjoyable. You are in for some happy surprises about your life. Things are going to get better and better. It's okay to be skeptical. We've been taken down the primrose path before, so be as skeptical as you like. Indeed, it's advisable to avoid gushing enthusiasm. It is a setup for a letdown later. Therefore, rather than enthusiasm, quiet observation will serve you better. Is there such a thing as something for nothing in the universe? Oh yes, most certainly there is. It's your own freedom which you have forgotten and don't know how to experience. What is being offered to you is not something that has to be acquired. It is not something that is new or outside of yourself. It is already yours and merely has to be reawakened and rediscovered. It will emerge of its own nature. The purpose of sharing this approach is merely to put you in touch with your own inner feelings and experiences. In addition, there is much helpful information that your mind will want to know. The process of surrender will begin automatically, for it is the nature of the mind to seek relief from pain and suffering and to experience greater happiness.
And that is the conclusion of Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is about 30 minutes. Somewhere around there. And it's entitled The Mechanism of Letting Go. Good start. You liked it? Yeah, I like it too. Water break. Take a water break. Thank you. I will drink some water. You're really enjoying listening to it. Good. You loved it, Joellen? Good. What are some of your biggest takeaways so far? I know. I tell you, it's been over 10 years since let me see, when I first got this book. Let me see if it shows when I purchased it. No, I can't tell. It's been a minute, and it was that impressionable. It was it was quite the list, right? Very interesting list. Would love to experience a sweat lodge. We have a teacher on here who actually conducts those. Cindy on Insight Timer. Cindy, can't remember her. Does anybody remember Cindy's last name? She might be on the call with us today later. We will listen each session, or should we? You can read ahead if you would like, Latrice. if you can't wait for a whole week, which is cool, because then you can also be prepared. Come with, yeah, Crow, thank you. Oh, thank you. You can come prepared with like any questions or any insights that you've gathered over the week, seeking something outside of you that lies in you already. Yep, I love it. Thank you, Caitlin, also, and Debbie. I love it. Yeah, Cindy, she does sweat lodges and other things. I can't remember where she's stationed, where she lives, because I know Karen Q is in Australia, UK, Canada. She's in Canada. Let me turn some music. UK, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, so she's in Canada. I don't know what that looks like as far as traveling goes. Let me see what else. And the time on her land was magical. Oh, hold on. I lost my mouse. It's over here. Okay. I gotta catch up on the chat. All right. April says it was like he was listing every weight loss fad and pill ever created. I know, right? Cindy's doing a live right now. Oh, is she? I loved my sweat lodge experience with Cindy Crow. I love that. Sharon says, yes, Caitlin really made me think where I'm looking for happiness outside my own ability to find it. Yep. Oh, thank you, Kat, for the donation. I really appreciate that. British Columbia, thank you, Debbie. I'll research. Maybe they'll have some here. Perhaps. Just be very intentional. Do some research about, if they do, really look into who's doing them. Any spiritual practice, look into who's doing, because that's your energy field. Overseas is better, though, as I've seen sweat lodges in movies. Yeah. Anything else? Any other takeaways y'all would like to list? And has anybody gotten a ouch already? And not in a bad way, of course. Water break, says Katie. Yeah, yummy book. Echoes of Pema Buddha's teaching. Start where you are. Love it. I think what kind of caught my attention, not so much triggered, was that what if you're genuinely going out of your way to experience these things? Yeah, that's fine. It's if you're experiencing those things in search of something. Experiencing them to have the experience, I think, is different, right? You're not searching for something outside of yourself. You're just like, I want to experience these. So I should probably plug in my laptop. That's the plug. April says, lately I found the need to reduce my time on IT because I need more space in my day to be in my own energy. What he says resonates about spiritual discipline and being careful it doesn't become ego-driven. Yeah, I love that too. That's literally because I'm taking an Eckhart Tolle course called, I don't remember what it's called right now. But that was the video that I watched the other night, is what he was talking about too, is as you spiritually evolve, that you don't allow, or you just be very cognizant that the ego will sometimes want to claim all of the things, and it can bring you down. I agree with you, April. Yes. The initial idea of this book feels very zen to me. Good, I'm glad, yeah. Good now, Solomon. Good now, Nicole and friends. What I gathered was everyone's spiritual practice is different, and to not get caught in what's the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate how this can work alongside anything that you're doing. So it's not saying stop what you're doing, it's just giving you another tool, really, and it can enhance all the things. So we're just about an hour into this. Do you want to go to chapter 2 or next best thing? Or I mean, best works too, Solomon. Justice says, because I think that's where I'm at in my life, wanting to experience so much. The seeking is more my personal goal. It makes sense. if that makes sense. It does. All for chapter 2. Love, love, love. Get blessed by Baba somebody. I know, right? It's too many people to name. And giving more thought to why you're doing what you're doing. Yes, actually, bringing more presence into what you're doing. Absolutely. Not sure I can do another chapter today. Understood. So the next one is actually, it's a lot. It's called The Mechanism of Letting Go. So it kind of walks you through it. It is a lot to take in. I'm not used to audiobooks, so that was a new experience. I absorb info better when I read, but certain things definitely stuck out. Yeah. I usually what I do is I'll have both. I'll have the book I can read and just read along with the author's reading to me. In other words, go get some healing. Be the healing that you already are. Use what you already have inside you. That's one of the biggest takeaways. You do both too? I love it. See? Me, Debbie, and Moonshadow. Yep. Oh man. Did anyone encounter any ego flaring up, any resistance? Like, what are you saying? Like, did anyone run into any of that? It was just funny, Baba somebody. It was funny. Like, I couldn't remember. I did not remember how long that list was. And then, of course, as you're listening to it, like, oh, I've done that. But also, who was that my brain. I lost my mouse again. Oh, it's over here. That was just saying, being more cognizant of why. Yeah, Latrice. Why you're doing what you're doing. Not really, but the list was hilarious. My interpretation was that all those things are not pointless, but like he wasn't recommending it. Rather saying the answer is within. Like we're all running around looking for something we already have. Yeah, yep, that is exactly what he was saying. I enjoyed the humor of the long list. I did too, Debbie. No ego, because my ego smacked me upside my head on Wednesday. Oh. The list. Perfect. This is Joella. Justin was like, I was like, that sounds cool, but I do want to try a secrets handshake. That sounds fire and good idea to add to something I'm working on. Debbie said, yes, Rainbow. Caitlin says, I had a thought that went something like, am I supposed to be feeling called out or like activated? But was more just amusing, like, when is it over? Oh my God. I know, I was like, that, and that on the physical copy of the book, that list was like a page and a half. Karen says, I was the same, saying in my head, I've done that. Oh, I haven't done that, right? It is some of it. That's how I was thinking. I was like, "Ooh, I've done that. I've not done that. I wonder what that's like." And kind of like in Justin's sentiments, like I just want to try it. I'm not doing it to find something outside myself. I just want to experience the experience. April says the statement about being raped by their ideas. It's a reflection of the current times where institutions power over us with ideas that trap us. Yeah, yep. That and the news. Yes, the curiosity was definitely heightened. I know, right? It's like, what have I not tried yet? If any of y'all try any of those things, please do let us know. Let us. When he talked about the dogma, that rings so true today. Caitlin says, I feel like I do the things with the purpose, cultivating and maintaining the inner peace. I can see that. It can definitely like remind you of some things, right? Rainbow says, yeah, the list is just wild. I realized how many I've tried or considered. Feels like I highlighted grifting. Highlight of grifting. Yeah, man. It's all good. Good now, Chris. Chris says, hello and good now, Nicole and Soul family. Katie says, we are the weird and mystical beings. That quote is so good. Yep. What was it? that stood out. One of the things I really appreciate is, I forgot what it said, hold on. Oh, I appreciate that he's like, yeah, bring the skepticism. It's okay. Bring it. It's better to not be enthused. Just a quiet observation, which I love that. Because it's like I don't have anything to prove. You'll learn it for yourself. And that's what I loved about transcendental meditation too. It's like, this is the science behind it. You make a decision yourself. So glad I got high on Loon. Is it what? What is L? I don't know what that is, Katie. Cause now, my goodness, just give tequila every now and then. Long time ago. Oh, cause it was an H. Okay. So glad I got high a long time ago. Cause now, my goodness, got it. Just give tequila every now and then. Got it. I thought you were naming something. I was like, I've never heard of that. Really? Oh my goodness, yay. Oh my goodness, sis. Latrice says, also the mention of trying these things, the results in time before seeking the next. Yeah, yep. It's like, I did this. That didn't work. Next. Let me try this. So happy to be here. I'm so happy you're here too. Billy says, love to all. And speaking of which, we have several teachers on board. Billy, Caitlin, who else popped in? I feel like I saw someone else. True that, Latrice. Yeah, that was a big point. If y'all are not familiar with these two beautiful teachers, please check them out. Amazing. I like Billy because she's a science geek with me, and Caitlin's just a big bubble of joy. That's my interpretation of them. What else stood out to me? I love that part where he's like, where's the blind spot? We don't understand the problem. That's why we can't find the answer. Maybe it's ultra simple and that's why we can't see it. Maybe the solution is not out there and that's why we can't find it. Maybe we have so many belief systems that we're blinded to the obvious. Like that part. We have a hard time with things being effortless and simple. And that's literally, since learning TM, that's what I've been really trying to bring to light, is like effortlessness is the way. That is how you win. Like this effortfulness will burn you out. So the simplicity of, oh, it's right here. It's a thing. You don't have to make it such a complicated thing. Justin says it feels like one of those books that's going to shake up the routine. Things that you thought were good will make you reevaluate bad habits that are difficult to let go of, because I was thinking about them and they're hard things to let go of. It's very possible. It'll bring some things to light. The efforting statement in the intro, so good. Yeah, let me find it. I remember it because I was like, yes, I was trying to be quiet. When I'm by myself listening to my books, I'm talking out loud, which y'all probably not surprised of. Katie, was it in the intro or the forward? I can't remember. Probably in the intro. I mean the preface. I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about. It was in the forward? Okay. I just want to read it real quick for anyone who was not here in the beginning. I do have this being recorded, but I actually did not consider the potential copyright issues. So if the tube of you says, you can't do that, I will keep it unlisted. And I will put the link in the Lettuce Fam document. If you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to reach out. Justin says I might go ahead and get the book just to have it. Yeah, I'm telling you, so it's okay, Justin. I think when I don't even know what led me to this book, but when I first purchased it, I just had the audio. And that's what I'll do first. I'll get the audio in the Kindle. And then when it's like, oh, I want to really get into this book, that's when. So if you see me have a hard copy of a book, yeah, That's because it was like, oh, I want to like really dig in. Of course, as I said earlier, I hadn't read the book in years, so I'm excited. I'm glad y'all are here and going back through it with me. Karen says, agree, Justin. I feel the book will trigger some things, but a good investment. Yep, when you get it. Yep, when you buy it. Latrice says, yes, that part. Blinded to the obvious, challenge in accepting we have all we need. Because you hear it, right? You hear that and you're like, what does that even mean? How do I implement or use what I already have, and how do I even figure out what I already have? Like that. This is why I always talk about stillness. It starts to reveal itself when you can spend some time in quiet stillness. You always buy hard copies or paperback. Yes, that's my school sister's the same way. I don't start with that because one, that's more stuff in my house, and two, I know me. I prefer to listen and read at the same time, and I will only buy a hard copy if I'm like, I need more. Trigger can be awakening something that is good or needed too. Yep, absolutely. It's every Saturday, Lynn, 10:10 a.m. Eastern. You like more stuff in my house? No, I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I'm actually getting rid of stuff. So, yep. Yeah, I give these sessions 2 hours just in case there's a lot that comes up. I didn't suspect that the first session would be a lot. As we get into this, we'll be we'll be really getting into even more conversations, because I'm sure things will come up, and walking through them would be helpful. And possibly, even though he's teaching you letting go, I will say I use that and the energy work, and just accelerates things. So it's like I said, this is a tool. It is a simple tool. It's a tool you have with you all the time because it is you. You need a bigger bookcase. I love books. I need more. Need? Is it a need? Is it a need? You have a need to, you have a, what is it? I said something the other day. You love stories. Yeah, I do too. Although most of my books are like this. Brain stuff, self-development stuff. But Maisha, another teacher in here. Good now, love. I was like, who else is in here? Good now. I haven't said good now to everyone. Good now, Stephanie. Good now, Kathleen. Good now, Paul. Yarita. I haven't seen you in a while, Chica. Good now, love. Good now, SS. Who else has popped in here? Good now, Roseanne. I'm trying to click the bubble and they're moving faster than I can click. Good now, Sherry. For those whose bubbles I don't yet recognize. Good now, Camilla. Let's see, is there anyone else? Patty, good now, love. If I haven't said good now to you, I have not seen your bubble. Good now to anyone in private mode also. Book lover here too, self-development stuff. Yeah, junkie. Lynn says, me too, Justin. I get high just walking into a bookstore. I will say I love walking into bookstores though. Love buying books, but I don't like to have too many books due to clutter. Someone suggested library books as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Then you can borrow it. You have the hard copy for a bit, and then you can return it. Unless you want to mark in it. Then you're like, okay, I gotta get my own. Switch them out at the grocery store, share shelf. Oh, that's cool. Y'all have that. That's really cool. I think I said, oh, good now, Helen. And who else? Nancy, good now, love. Look at that puppy. That's really cool. I have a neighbor actually that has a little box in front of the house that's probably covered with snow right now, but to swap out books. And I feel like I've seen one somewhere else. I just can't remember where it was because I don't go out much. Any last thoughts? Caitlin says, hey, Chris, my library has a paperback swap shelf inside and a big free table outside for everyone. That's really cool. The closest library here it does not have that. It's the library that's associated with the high school. You like books like Letting Go too, but I love fictional worlds. Get new ideas, picture yourself in the stories. I have an overactive imagination. That you do, and I don't know if overactive is the right word. You look forward to next week? Awesome. Me too. Me too. Any final thoughts? We're lovely people here. Yeah, we are. And if anyone who is, good now, Melinda, who has joined after the reading of the first part of the book, looking forward to chapter 2. Good now, Patty. You've been laughing at the list. I will not admit how many are in my my to try folder. We should put it in a group. How many do we want to try? How many have we already tried? That would be fun. If you think to. For anyone who's not aware, I do have a group here on Insight Timer, and it's pretty much where we hang out in between my lives. I host lives every morning, Monday through Friday. We have meditation. That would be fun. Yeah, let's do it. I would need to like list and have a checklist. I might put it in the Lettuce Fam doc. It's like who tried it, who done it, who's got the t-shirt, did that grapefruit diet in high school. Did you? It's funny he didn't do the cabbage diet. He didn't list the cabbage diet. I think it was. But yeah, that's all I got for this particular session. I was just going through that. Did he say cabbage? I didn't remember. I don't remember the cabbage. I remember he said grapefruit and something else. He did eat only cabbage. Okay, I missed it. I was probably typing in the chat. Lettuce said cabbage. I caught it. That's funny. Not nutritious at all. I'm sure it's not. I was like, that's a thing? Yes, Justin, that's a thing. Or it was a thing. I don't know that it still is. So many fads, especially in the diet world, so many fads. It's to keep you confused, like you said. That was actually a good part too, right? Staying confused means there's always hope. It gives the ego something to continue searching for. Confusion is our salvation. Katie says the 80s diet. Yeah, Justin wouldn't know that because he was born in like 2000. I'm just kidding. Confusion is our salvation. For the confused, there is still hope. Hang on to your confusion. In the end, it's your best friend. Your best defense against the deathliness of others' answers, against being, which is what, who said that earlier, of being raped by their ideas. If you're confused, you are still free. If you're confused, this book is for you. Stay confused. Is confusion in everything very much on purpose? It is. 90s baby. Yeah, I told you. 2000s. He is. Katie said, here's our baby boy. We love him. 90s baby. 2000s. Same thing. But yeah. I like it. I like it. Anything else stand out? If anything else stood out, and so I am the type of person like I'll have a conversation or be in a class and they're like, do you have any questions? I'm like, not yet. But about an hour later, I will have about 100. So if anyone is like me, feel free to join the group. We can also have a discussion there. Ask anything share any insights that came to mind. It'll always be helpful for the community, I'm sure. So yeah. You whippersnappers have no respect. Justin, the young old man. Why do you even know that word? I was kidding. But yeah, that's all I got. Unless y'all have something else. I will be back on, are any of the teachers here? Will y'all be on Violet's Live in a couple of hours? I will be there in about 3 hours if y'all would like to join that. Speaking of peace. But yeah, other than that, I got nothing. That was all. I was just keeping it simple. Simplicity, keeping it an easy Saturday and just hanging out. Meditation, The Violet Live? No, it's not a meditation. Several teachers. I did not look at the list to see who all's going to be there, but thank you. So glad you joined today. I'm so glad you did too, Joellen. There will be several of us teachers there just having a conversation about peace and harmony. Dakota is going to probably do the opening. She usually has an amazing piece, and by piece I mean PIECE, that she created to open the space with. Yeah, yep. So I'll get my second meditation before that. Gratitude, Nicole. Enjoyed this very much. Got to start drawing. Take care. Lettuce familia. Ciao. Ciao, Justin. Anybody who's like, what is this lettuce about? It's the community. I created the lettuce because one day I was like just listening to myself extra, and I recognized that when I was saying let us meditate, I giggled. I was like, that sounds like I'm saying lettuce, and that's when that started. So everything is lettuce. I even have lettuce merch. I need to show that, but that's how that all started. And then the fam was like, lettuce is actually a good thing, and we kind of had a short conversation on that. So it was cool. But it has stuck. So if we ever do something in person, everybody will have some lettuce. Caitlin was even crocheting little lettuces. She had a prototype. So somehow, if we have a big thing in person, everybody's gonna get some lettuce. Could be the plastic toy lettuce from the kids thing, or it'll be a crocheted one from Caitlin. I don't know, but it'll be a thing. All right, I'm not going to keep you. I respect your time. I really, really, really appreciate you for showing up for you, being willing to go through this, release whatever needs to release, learn how to release, because it can happen. What I love about this process or this technique is it can happen anytime. Nobody even has to know you're doing it. It's a tool that is with you all the time because it's you and your intention about releasing or allowing emotions to flow instead of holding on to them, suppressing them, judging them, getting mad at them. So this will be a fun journey. So I celebrate you for showing up and being willing to go through that wonderful session. I'm so glad. You're welcome, Debbie. And I look forward to continuing this journey with you and bringing out any insights, sharing any insights. Thank you, Kat. You're so welcome. Beautifully said. Thank you. You're welcome, Karen. Celebrate your freedom. I'm celebrating in advance. Extra freedom if you already have been doing something like this. But if this is something that you're like, you really need, I'm excited for your experience of it as well. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate that because you could be anywhere else right now. So I do not take that for granted. Vili, I will message you because I started my podcast back up and I'm hosting it on IT. I would love for you to be a guest, Caitlin. And anyone could be a guest. It doesn't have to be an IT teacher. So if that's something of interest to you, please reach out to me. Thank you, Latrice. Please put that 2 p.m. card back up. It should be up. I'll put it back. I mean, it shows still on mine, but I will put it back up. All right. Did it come back up? Thank you, Christina Grace. Emoji hieroglyphics. Okay, good. Yay. All right, beautiful souls. Much gratitude. More than the word gratitude expresses. I will see you in a few hours if you're coming to the 2 p.m. Eastern. Otherwise, I will see you around the app. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you next time. Ciao for now. And thank you for anyone who tuned in from any other platform. I do only monitor one chat just so I'm not divided. So if you ever want to participate live in a chat, the free Insight Timer meditation app is where I monitor the chat. Otherwise, thank you so much. Feel free to leave a comment or something in the comments, and I will be sure to check them out and respond. So Till next time, ciao.